Hello everyone, PallyTime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, in our A through Z playthrough, we are almost halfway done, right? I guess we'd have to be at morals to be halfway done, is that right? Anyway, we're on Lily today. She is, I was gonna say Leoric, she's not Leoric, that's who we did last video. Lily has not changed that much in the past year. She does have some interesting new talents that kind of replaced old systems that aren't in the game any longer, at least that I'm aware of. But Lily herself is pretty much the same as she's always been. She's a great beginning character. If you're just starting out in Heroes of the Storm and you want to play support, I think she's a great option because most of the difficulty in playing Lily is just based off of your positioning and where you're able to stand in the fight. You don't really have to think about your healing. You don't really have to think about your damage because more or less it just happens. So, great beginning character. I've always recommended it to new players, and hopefully I can show you a thing or two about her today.
Ready for adventure!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the battlefield of eternity today. The friendly team, Naziba. He's in every fucking game these days. What's going on with that? Lily, Sonya, Kerrigan, and Kelpie motherfrickin' Zod. The enemy team, Alarak, Abathur, Tazdingo, Malfurion, and Gizlo. We're going to go for Conjurer's Pursuit at level 1. The reason for that is we're going to be spending mana like crazy, especially as we get to the late game, and we need to be able to fund that. So Gathering Globes increases your mana regeneration by 0.1 per second. This is kind of an antiquated talent. You don't see this in the game very often anymore. It's one of the generic talents that people used to have all the time. By the way, after gathering 25 globes, we increase our maximum mana, so we can spam more stuff. Now, like I said, this ability really isn't in the game much anymore. It is a generic talent that every mage used to have, every healer used to have, more or less, and it allowed them to just sustain for significantly longer than they would be able to otherwise. It's not very exciting. I need this globe, so going in. It's not very exciting. It doesn't do much, but you can feel the effects of it if you are diligent about gathering globes. If you didn't know this about me, I am colorblind specifically to light green, very hard. So I typically miss globes unless I am very adamant about getting them all the time. So I'm gonna try my best. You may notice this leaf icon over the head of our allies. This dictates who our next heal is going to go to. Our heal is healing Brew, and it will affect anyone in this circle. It will affect the lowest health allies first and the highest health allies last, but you can kind of manipulate this with where you position on the battlefield to, yeah, there we go, we're fine. To make it kind of like, if we only wanted to heal Nazeebo, we could put Nazeebo to be the only one in the circle. You know, we kind of have to move to change who we want to heal. Does that make sense? I hope it does. The enemy team is doing a pretty good job of shoving our bottom lane here, so hopefully top is going well. Sonya did die though, so it looks like it maybe isn't. Alarak and Kerrigan, both very combo-based characters, and as you may be able to tell, one of them is comboing a little bit better than the other, but you know what? We'll have faith in our team. We're not worried. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna be fine. Let's go ahead and blind this Tazdingo. Beautiful combo. See, everything's turning around. Everything's turning around. We are extremely low on mana going into this objective. And, well, I can't do too much here, boys. Can't do too much. I'll just let the team know. I'm just going to go back. I don't even feel bad about it. We're playing Lily after all. We got to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, we won't be able to take care of anyone. Isn't that how this character works? Our W ability is called Cloud Serpent, and this is something that we can attach to our allies, and then our allies will deal damage periodically. So we can put it on, we could really put it on anyone, but let's put it on Sonya here. You'll notice she has a little Cloud Serpent hanging out with her, and whenever Sonya's in range of something that can be attacked, this is going to attack for her. And we could do things like get Mending Serpent here, so Cloud Serpents heal each time they attack as well, which just means that we can provide more spot healing to a single target like our Kerrigan, who's pushed up a little far here. As long as she's in range of someone that she can attack, the Serpent is going to be healing her, and then I can heal her as well. So again, it's kind of healing that you don't really have to think about. You just put it on a target and they slowly get healed up. I do like the spot healing aspect of this because it can be difficult to heal specific people on Lily. it can be difficult to say, I only want to heal Kerrigan here, and this kind of gives you the option of doing that. She is so far forward all the time. Nice root by Kel'Thuzad. It will pick up a kill on the enemy team Zalarak, and we'll just keep doing anything we can to keep our Kerrigan alive. She's playing aggressive. If she wants to play that aggressive, we'll try to take care of her. We'll try to enable her. Looks like Gazlo is pushing up top pretty aggressively right now. Let's try to steal this camp really fast. We have lane advantage down here. We also have a pretty decent amount of lane clear. And with Kerrigan on our side, we should be able to finish it off no problemo. Looks like the enemy team does have wind that we're doing this, though. Will Kel'Thuzad be able to spot it out for us? I hope so. Oh, never mind. Dingo actually went back to the lane. So yeah, we're chilling. What is her build so far? Oh, she went for Psionic Pulse. So her cleave here isn't that great. Very mana dependent, actually. We should be able to 2v1 this Alarak, no problem. I'm actually going to body block him a little bit. Try to allow Kerrigan to get in there and deal some damage. Now that they are chasing me down, though, I'm in a little bit of a pickle, boys, but I think we'll be able to get out of here no problem. Our trait is called Fast Feet, and whenever we take damage, we're going to gain 10% movement speed, which allows us to get ourselves out of sticky situations like that, which, once again, is another reason why Lily's a great character for new players. If you find yourself in a situation where you are a little bit out of position, you're able to correct for it, more so on Lily than most other heroes in the game. Now, I could try to take care of Kerrigan, but she went up against 2 towers and 4 enemy team members, so I can't do too much about that. Let's go ahead and back it up just a little bit. Looks like Sonya is going for that top camp right now. We should take a second and go for our camp over here right now as well, which would get the lanes pushing during the objective, force the enemy team to kind of deal with that. Now, of course, they have an Abathur, so they should be able to do that fairly well. I don't think anyone on the team wants to do this with me, so maybe we just give up on it.
Sounds fun.
I think we just give up on it. We are looking to defend, so I'm going to move up into position. I am the only one here right now, but we have more people coming into play. We're going to give the Serpent to Nazeebo to hopefully keep him healed up, but he's not really close enough to anyone to actually gain the effect of that. I'm getting pretty low on mana here. We do not have a sippy cup. You can start to see why the Conjurer's Pursuit quest is so important to Lily. It really does make her feel like a different character when she never has to go back to the base. She can just keep healing. I'll let the team know that I'm going back, and then I'll rejoin them shortly. We didn't have the sippy cup available, so I mean, this isn't what I wanted to do, but we just kind of have to do it anyway, and that should be good enough. Gazlo is still continuing to push the top lane, is going to be able to do a lot of siege damage up there. He's not level 10 yet, but I can guarantee you he's probably going for Robo Goblin if he's been playing like that. Our friendly team is getting taken down as Kerrigan still continues to be a little too aggressive. Maybe we'll tell her to relax a little bit. If we're going to come up here to stop this, we definitely need to at least clear the lane a little bit so our minions are going to be pushing in the right direction. I'll get the Regen Globe and then go join the team as they are continuing to defend. Okay. Okay, I got you, Nazeebo. Ooh, Toad build Nazeebo here is actually great for zoning. We'll give him the Serpent, hopefully keep him alive. Our E ability is called Blinding Wind. And what it does is blind people with wind. I don't know why you didn't quite get that from the name, but that's all it does. It blinds people with wind. And we could use that to cut down the damage of the enemy team's Tazdingo quite a bit. Make it so he... Kerrigan? Be a little more careful. And we'll give her a heart so she knows that we're saying it out of a place of love. We're saying it out of a place of love. She dove in real hard with them. You know what I'm saying? She was going in. No problem. No problem at all. We just need to dial it back a little bit. You're at an 11, we need you at like a 6. Especially because she was going in without anyone in our team actually following. It's the Grain Main Syndrome, man. I get it. I was playing Kerrigan like that the other day. I get it. It could be hard. But I'm not too worried. We should be able to defend here, no problem. Great combo on their Dingo. Should set us up for some damage. Sonya is continuing to go in. We'll give the Serpent to Sonya if she wants to stay and fight. She can do that. But you can see, I'm mostly just playing really passive. Why are we doing this? We're sitting back on the back line. We're trying to keep people alive, but Lily is only capable of so much healing. There's a reason why most don't consider her a solo support. Most people these days actually try to go for a damagey style build on Lily just because her healing output isn't that good. And it's really, really difficult for her to keep up with you. Oh my goodness. It's really difficult for her to keep up with healing just because of the way that it works. So for instance, if someone else starts to get focused, it can be difficult to spot heal them. We kind of have talents that allow us to get around that, but it's still difficult to do. We are gonna go for Jug of 1,000 fuck yous. That's what the ability is called. And this is going to allow us to rapidly heal our allies. So characters like our Sonya engaging really, really hard here. We can try to keep her alive to the best of our ability. You know, mileage will vary. You can walk around and heal with this ability, but if you are stunned or silenced, that is going to be interrupted. There was a time in the game where if you were moved, if you were knocked back, it would also interrupt the ability, but knockbacks aren't interrupts, especially when you can move around like that. So that was put to an end several years ago. It's been quite a while. You may be noticing that I'm not talking about too many changes to Lily. That's because the only real big change was at level 16. Well, that sucks. Oh, team's dying. She had Shake It Off before, but it kind of worked in a different way. So Shake It Off used to give an effect called Relentless. And what Relentless did was allow certain crowd control effects to not last as long. It may be all crowd control effects. They wouldn't last as long. And this meant that if Lily was stunned or rooted, she could get out of those roots faster. But in a lot of cases, it felt like a talent that was good, but you really didn't notice the talent working. It was there, it was doing its thing, it was doing what it was supposed to be doing. But as a player, it was difficult to actually see that happening. So that was changed. Relentless as a whole was removed from the game, actually, over time. But that specific talent was changed to give her damage resilience instead. And basically what that means is if she is rooted or stunned, which you may notice the enemy team does have a Malfurion. All right, time to back up. Time to back up. Go a little too far. A little too far. Okay. When we are stunned or rooted, we're gonna gain 50% damage reduction, and this no longer has an internal cooldown. When this mechanic was introduced to Lily, it did not have a cooldown. What do we want to go for here? Physical armor versus this team wouldn't be really good. Maybe Shrink Ray? We could do things like shrink down this Alarak here, making it a little easier for our team to get in there and deal damage. That's the plan anyway. They weren't quite able to secure that kill there. The problem is that they have an Abathur on their team as well, so we really do have to move in and be aggressive when we're pushing these buildings down because he's just using Mule to get all of... Oh, nice! Beautiful! He's using Mule to heal up the buildings all the way, which is kind of a problem for us, obviously. We are in a great position to be offensive here, and Sonya is moving in on the offensive. We're going to give her the water serpent dragon thing and let her just go to town on this guy. We should be able to heal everyone up, no problem. And this should be a pretty easy objective for us, I hope. It's looking pretty good so far. Looks like we might actually lose the bottom lane if we don't... okay, he's going right now. Good, good, good. Let's make sure Sonya, you're our best DPS. Stay up here. Stay up here, Sonya. Come on, baby girl. She's literally just walking around. She went down to the mercenary camp. That's not there. She's doing circles here, right? She's literally doing nothing. I mean, we still did fine on the objective, don't get me wrong, but we could have done so much better. We are going to be pushing the bottom lane with... Seriously, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing right now? Was something happening? Was someone down here and I just didn't see it? Do we have to check the instant replay? No, I won't make Holly do that editing. I won't make her do that. We'll go ahead and use Shrink Ray on the enemy team's Malfurion here, making it so it's a bit more difficult for him to run away versus Kerrigan. I was expecting a lot more damage to be coming out there, so we did pop the jugs a little too early. But that's fine. We'll give ourselves the Serpent and auto attack this down a little bit faster. Moving forward with our team now, we should be totally good to go. And this Immortal still looking pretty healthy as it's approaching the tier 2 defenses of the enemy team. This is not the real Alarak, that's a copy. We are on 18 out of our 20 required region globes. And we are going to go I don't know. I think we're going to go for 2 for 1, actually. I was considering getting Shake It Off, but they only have 1 route. And granted, we could walk in that route all the time. Oh, wait. They actually have 2. The net from Tazdingo that he recently acquired would also trigger our damage resistance. Actually, now that I think about it, that would have been a really good talent pickup, because if you're getting rooted, it's likely that he's going to focus you with his guillotine as well. Shriek Ray on his Evo once again. Didn't have any impact, but I just wanted to slow him down. That is a 50% slow for 4 seconds, and it looks like our team might be going in for the win here. I'm going to pop the jugs early just to give people confidence to stay in here and continue brawling, and it looks like we will be able to finish off the core in a very decisive push at the 14-minute mark. I wasn't quite ready for that, but I'm glad that it happened. Wow, was not expecting that at all. Was not expecting that at all. It's a hell of a push, team. I thought with the mule from Abathur, we were gonna have to MVP. Go back a couple times to fight that fucking thing. It's pretty crazy. Well, we had a very aggressive team. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, but definitely at the end, them having the confidence to go in and rush the core there certainly worked to our advantage. Lily is, like I said, a pretty solid character if you're starting to learn the game, although you will want to challenge yourself with other healers eventually. Get comfortable with positioning, but then rotate into a healer that is a little bit more dynamic, that you can choose who to heal. Because if the enemy team focuses their attention very quickly, it can be very difficult to keep up on Lily. That being said, we did find in today's video, she also is one of the few supports that still has cleanse. That is slowly but surely being removed from the game, but she still has it for now. And that means you can save a lot of lives with it. So there is value there as well. At level 20, I would have gone for Kung Fu Hustle. Ability cooldowns refresh 150% faster while Fast Feet is active. You can proc Fast Feet off just about anything. If a minion hits you, if you take that damage from a minion, that means you're going to be able to reduce your cooldowns quite a bit. That means you're going to be spending more mana, which is the entire reason we went for Conjurer's Pursuit in this game anyway. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Up next we have, I'm not looking. I should know. I want to know. Yeah, I have no idea. Leaving! Oh! Hey, I should have known that. Hope you guys are looking forward to that, and I'll see you all next time.